Hey Nick, how are you, man?
How are you, dudes?
How close are you to the camera?
I just like it near the camera, man. Am I too
You
close?
feel real zen or something today?
Yeah, I'm pretty calm today, man.
I'm feeling your calamities.
I feel good, dude. What's It's good to be back
I feel
with
like
us
a hero,
two.
like my arms out.
It feels good just to be back with us two, I reckon.
It feels, yeah? You trying to bag the other guests and stuff?
No, I guess it's been good,
No.
but sometimes it's good just to have us two. We have to
good to
worry
touch
about talking
base.
to someone or questions we have to ask. We just ask each other questions.
That's very sweet, man. Thanks, man.
Dude, I just want to start off again. How are we all going? How are we going with the Hutt Street Centre?
Yeah, how we going with that, guys?
We're just, but no one's listening. This is not live.
But how are we?
Hope everyone's had a look at the website. I've sent a link through Nick and Stefan show to inbox some of our listeners and stuff like that. So, hopefully we get around this homeless, not disaster, but the homeless situation here in Adelaide and what's going on, man, and how many people are on the streets. There's about 6,200 people on the streets. So, if we can do anything, man, $5 donation, $10 donation, whatever you can do, just head to
No
the
donation too small, guys.
Yeah,
no,
correct.
And
so head to the huttstreetcentre.org, their website, and go to donate. And just put as your business name, the Nick and Stefan Show. So hopefully in the next month or so, we can tell how much we've raised. Stefan and I have put $100 in each, not each, together. And that's the basis for the Nick and Stefan Show. And then moving forward, whatever's on top is added value.
How much do we need for everyone? $250?
Yeah.
On top?
Yeah.
And then we can feed how many people?
Angel for a day. We can feed 200, breakfast and lunch.
It's amazing, man.
So
yeah, let's see what we can do, guys. Want to come together, help out, give back to the community and stuff like that. So, see what you can do. We've left the details. We've got the details in our last YouTube pod. I'm happy to post again the details on the Instagram.
Yep. And on the Nick and Stefan show, Instagram, we put a post for the Hutt Street Centre. You'll see it. Click on there and it'll be in the description.
Yep.
So, dude, I had a big night last night, actually.
Did you?
Not like a big night, but
Get home late?
I had a night. No, I did. I got home about 4 a.m,
Yeah.
but I didn't drink.
Wait, do we talk to each other on the camera or tweet in face to face?
I like talking to the camera. I feel like I'm talking to people.
Talk to us.
But I'm talking to you through the camera.
Fair enough.
Oh, you want me to turn to you?
No, I don't know. Is there a rule? I need to watch another podcast. We're just doing our own thing these days.
Yeah, I don't know. We can turn to each other.
No, it doesn't really matter. I can see you here.
Yeah, last night, man, I got home late, about 4:30.
Yeah.
I didn't drink, though.
Why?
I don't know, I'm just not...
You're not a big drinker. You haven't been a big drinker in a long
Nah,
time.
not a lot. I'll have a few vodkas, though. I'll have a few vodkas.
You didn't have one?
But then I cap it.
You didn't have one last night?
No, I had one Vino, Sangiovese, McLaren Vale. I remember. You know how they got the bottles?
SA.
The bottles, then the glass, the prices, that's how you know the difference.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite, man. When I want to drink, I want to drink. Like, I get drunk. And I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy letting loose every now and then.
See,
this weekend, didn't really drink much. My mate had a baby, so congratulations.
Congratulations, dude, with the baby.
So, we had a whiskey, bit of an Amato after dinner. But not like I wasn't fucking pounding drinks,
Yeah,
Maybe 2 or 3 drinks. And just a little swig of like an Amato is beautiful, man.
Yeah, so I reckon sometimes alcohol's nice. It sets the tone, relaxes you. It's a nice mood changer.
Digestive.
Yeah, it's nice.
Aperitivo.
And you talk to people over a glass of wine. Anyways, man.
Yeah.
Last night. So, here in Adelaide, when you head out, you see a lot of people that you know. And you say hello, and I was around Pill Street. And dude, I saw a friend of mine, right? A friend of mine, a mutual friend, and his wife, and the wife's friend. I looked at her, and it was a girl I went on a date with.
What?
Yeah, so it was this, we were in a group of 6 or 7 people. The wife and my friend were over to my right, and the other friend, the one I went on a date with, was next to them. And I was like, looking around, I looked at her, I was like, looked at my friends, I'm like, that's the one I went on the date with.
How long ago was the date, though?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh, that's
recent. We went once.
That's recent.
So when you go on a date once, it's like you almost ghosted each other. So it wasn't a continuation chat. Like,
you did the dual packing.
Yeah, we
each other.
We stopped together. So I saw her. And I was like, what do I do? So I just played it down, just keep talking.
Played it dumb.
Yeah, and I was pointing at my friends, like, what I went on a date with. They're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
couldn't seal the deal.
She's leaving.
No.
She sees me.
Oh,
I see her.
fuck. Wait. She was leaving when she sees you? But
No, like
you guys
leaving
were
us.
together
Like,
for a bit?
No. We weren't together for a bit. She just came over with a friend. Bumped in. The old bump in. Anyways, she started to leave. She saw me. She goes, hey, haven't seen you in a long time. And then I was like, oh, this is awkward. Then halfway through the combo, dude, I started thinking, oh, I fucked up. I should have kept going on a date with her. She's hot. I changed. So it started like awkward, like I don't want to talk to her. And then I'm talking to her and I'm like, fuck, we should go on a date again. Like that's what was rolling through my mind.
Was the combo working or was it just looks?
Nah, she's actually a really nice girl. She's very pretty. Very pretty girl, tall.
Do I know it?
No, you don't know. You wouldn't know her. Tall.
Yeah.
Fuck. Very vibrant. And I'm like, fuck, maybe I should go on a date with her again. What do you do there? Do I hit her up again? Do I hit her up out of nowhere?
Sometimes like serendipity, dude. Kate Beckinsale 03. Sometimes you could.
I just message her, hey, good to see you last night. I haven't spoken to you in 2 years. Would you like to?
Yeah,
would you like to
you
hang
could be
out?
like, hey, I don't know why we never really hit it off. You know, the first time I don't know why we stopped talking. Then I thought that was a good night, and seeing you again was like I feel like I'm coaching here like Dr. Hitch, but you could be like, hey, it was good to see you again. I don't know why we stopped talking last time. Maybe we should catch up again.
Yeah,
she goes, nah, it's done. She goes, yeah.
I'll put the crying emojis at the end of the conversation as well.
No, why?
No, I'm joking.
Dickhead.
But I'll start getting I'm like, look, I miss you. You know, it was so good to hang out that once for 25 minutes. The coffee was great. You were even better.
Yeah, I know those guys.
You know those guys? I'm not one of those guys that goes, hey, so good to see you. Can't believe it's been this long. I'm not like that.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I'm fucking cool.
Oh, yeah. Hey, meet me here 15 minutes. If you can't, let me know X.
Who's that? Who's doing that? You know?
Nah, but yeah. So have you ever been in that situation where you just like, it wasn't good at the time, and then you see them later, you're like, fuck, what happened?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, bro. But maybe the date, when it was just you two, there was maybe a bit of nerves.
Yeah, maybe.
This time, the ice was broken by the friends.
Maybe you're right, dude.
Maybe the second time round was more natural.
I don't know if she was giving me the sparkly eyes as well. I'm not sure if she wanted. She did this weird thing.
What'd she do?
I don't know if I should say it.
Just do it. We don't know it.
We're in the middle of convo with her both friends. No, I don't know if she did it to me, but she turned around and faced her ass towards me. So I was sitting on a chair. They were standing in front of me, at 12 o'clock. 2 people in front of me.
Yeah.
The girl that I went on a date with to my left, she turns around and faces her ass towards me and her back.
Is that she's saying?
And then the other one's talking to me. I don't know what was going on.
Does she want it rough?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a mating?
Or was it like go fuck yourself?
Yeah,
or back.
I don't know, man. I'm still confused.
What's that about?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, man.
Maybe ring her, dude. Does she listen to the pod?
Hope not.
Tell us what your signs are, love.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to ring Naomi from last week.
Yeah, but you know what's weird? Girls give you weird signs sometimes.
Yeah.
Weird signs. Like they'll slap you in the face, but they want to be with you.
I think men do the same, bro.
No, we don't.
We do fucking weird signs too.
Yeah, we do.
You know?
It's
but,
just, yeah, so I just wanted to tell that story, man, because I have it fresh.
Hit her up, man. This is the thing, faith over fear, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's a bit of hype too, man.
Yeah,
I think now I'm a bit over it. I'm like, yeah, I'll hit her up.
No.
I've done that once. Yeah, I'll hit her up. I'll probably message her
never
this week.
hit her up.
Never.
Yeah.
I'll never text her. Don't even know if I have a number. But yes, that's what's going on this week, man. What about you? What's been happening? Well, not this week, last night.
Well, last night, before I went to go see my mate and his wife, who just had the baby, we were driving back from the beach.
You saw a girl that you went on a date with? Or?
Nah. I would have been 13 then.
Yeah, true. You've been married for a while.
I would have been in year 7. And we're driving back. We're driving to Norwood to actually go get some flowers for my friends, that have had their newborn child.
Yeah.
And as I go to turn right on the Walkerville roundabout, Samantha goes, "Oh my God, there's a fight there."
What do you mean a fight?
Like a full fist fight.
While you're driving?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and in the split moment, I'm focusing on I'm in the roundabout. I can't really fucking look. And I thought it was like a couple of young dudes fucking around because there's a bit of grass there.
Yeah, it's no wrestling on grass.
Samantha goes, oh my fucking, as I'm turning, Samantha's like, Oh my God, they're fucking like knocking the shit out of this dude. So she's like, do a full loop while I'm in the roundabout. So in the roundabout, I'm do a loop instead of turning right, like in the moment.
Yeah.
As we do the loop, she pulls her phone out to like film these people, you know? They're fucking 2 dudes onto one.
Yeah.
Smacking the shit out of this poor bastard.
Yeah.
As we do the loop, we come around like one of the butchers from Walkerville Butcher comes out through the back way. They must have just finished their shift at like 5 or, you know? They run over. One of them's like pretty jacked. He's got a lot of like full sleeve, big boy. He runs over. Oh, he fucking... And they just like, they get off him. And out of nowhere, this car comes from the back way. You know the back way?
What's this like a fuck? What's this scene like
fucking...
Fast and the Furious or something? What do you mean comes out the back with the cars, like stunt guys?
This Ford Laser, like 1997 model, pops out from, you know, the back where that little cafe is and behind?
Yeah.
Woolworths? Comes out. As I fucking pull in, my missus, like, she's a school teacher, so she's just switched on. She's got the camera on the windshield, on the windscreen, filming their faces, filming the fucking...
Fight.
The number plate.
Yeah.
Right, so they obviously, when we go to get out the car and stop it, they were jumping in the car. They nearly hit my car, man. They nearly hit my car. I was like, fuck.
What happened?
We get out, man. This guy's, he's taller than you. This guy that got smacked up was taller than you.
So was it 2v1?
2v1. And this is the one guy they punched on with. He was about 6'4", bro. 6'3". He was a big boy. Dude, I felt so sorry for him. His nose was broken. And it was just thick, like, you know, the thick red, like, not a blood nose, like actual blood. And it was like thick red blood just fucking pissing out. You could tell he couldn't breathe through his nose. He was like, he had his mouth open, like, oh, and he just sat down and we're like, fuck, man, you alright? And the guy, like, the butchers are like, to my wife, like, we saw you with your phones, did you get the number plate? You know, we're going to call the police. Yeah. So they called the police, you know, like, this guy needed medical attention. He couldn't breathe out of his fucking nose. You know?
What happened?
So then they had to stay on the phone, we had to wait there. I was like, what the, like, from buying flowers, it's such a nice thing to actually, like, seeing a fight, and it was a bashing. He reckons one of them had knuckle dusters. Because they kept because he's tall, they kept grabbing him from the back of the head.
Did you ask him, like, why he was in that predicament?
Well, then this is what happened. Then one of the butcher guys was like, he goes, you know, I've got kids that are 20. He goes, mate, you need to tell me what happened, you know? He's like, because when the cops
How old was this guy?
21.
Oh, okay.
He left Melbourne because he had a lot of stuff. Like, he started opening up to us, man. I felt sorry for him, dude. And he goes, I was buying LSD off these guys. And then they tried to get me to go down to the park, Linear Park. And he goes, I don't feel comfortable going down there. And they just started fucking slogging the shit out of him.
Why? For his money?
Maybe for his money. Maybe they didn't have the drugs. I don't know. But apparently that spot is, like, notorious for drug deals and stuff. I don't know what the fuck was.
Well, it's kind of secluded if you go down the bottom there, isn't it?
Well, I walked that path. I walked to the city. So I don't know what the fuck, like, but yeah, it was sad, man. Like, he's like, man, I left Melbourne for this reason, and now, and I didn't say this to him, but I was like, man, that's a sign. Like, you've left Melbourne, you've come here. It's not the city. It's fucking what you're putting out, buddy. Like, I know you're 21, you want to buy drugs, but you know, if you want to experiment or whatever, I don't condone it. Whatever, but
exactly.
You know, you hear these stories on Rogan. These guys microdose acid. They want to experience things, but do it in a safe environment. Don't buy it off fucking like little essays.
Even like broad daylight to go to Walkerville. To buy drugs.
Dude, it's like 4:45, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
These guys are full slogging the shit out of him on the corner. You know how many people sit outside on the grass having coffee?
Fuck.
It was right there.
So he's buying drugs, man.
He was buying drugs, man.
Have I told you that story about me when not altercation, but I was in this situation at the BP petrol station? Have I told you that story?
No. On here?
No, have I said this?
I don't know, maybe ages
It reminded me, because what happened was,
it's
not a similar situation, but dude, I've gone to the BP petrol station. I think I was on the way to the podcast.
What?
Yeah. And I've gone to fill up petrol. It was about 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night. We did a late pod. I remember it was late.
Did you tell this on the podcast?
I'm not sure.
Just tell it again, because it's been that long. No, people might have forgotten.
Anyways, I'm walking to the pod. I'm in my car, pull up, putting petrol in. And the scene at this BP was sus, man.
It was off.
A lot of cars just parked at a BP petrol station. You know when people park at a petrol station? There's something going on here. I had a look inside.
You can't buy a fucking Golden Gate on?
Yeah, but you can buy a Golden Gate on. But I looked inside, there's no one at the counter. Like, no one lining up. I'm like, what the fuck? I looked around, there was one guy in another tank. I'm like, okay, this is a bit sus. Anyways.
He's a tank, did you mean?
No, it's at a petrol tank, filling up. Yeah, sorry, man, I use automobile vocabulary. Anyway, that's fine. Anyway, so I get out of my car. I start filling up petrol. You know when you're on the pump, you do the old look around?
Yeah, I do remember this. You got to say it.
You do the old look around. I'm putting the pump up. I see this kid, like this little kid, like not little, he's taller than me, but he was about 19. You know, there's 6'5" guys that ate chicken lunch for breakfast, dinner, and every other meal. Anyways, so he starts walking to me, locking eyes with me. And he's walking over to me, like, determined, like, with intention. And I'm looking at him, I'm pumping my foot, I'm going, oh, fuck, this guy wants to fight me. 100% this guy's, like, he's going to want to fight me. So I'm holding it. And so I started to arc up a little bit, like, just to like say, what the fuck, what are you doing? He comes up to me, he goes, am I buying off you? I go, what? He goes, am I buying it off you?
Yeah,
I said, oh, fuck, I was dressed normal.
You look like
sometimes I look like a bit of an ice addict. And then I go, nah, man. I go, nah, wrong guy. And then I've like, you know, twisted the petrol can, like, closed the tank. I'm walking. I see him walking around to the other guy. There's another guy that's driven in to the BP, like he owns a plumbing company. He's walked up to his window. They've just exchanged drugs like that, just like a little slip in the hand, cash, and he's walked onto the main road, gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Guys, it was full on, man. What if I was an undercover cop? What if I was just, you know, like a random dude? Obviously, his description of the guy was
a rival fucking.
Yeah,
what if it was my fucking territory?
Yeah, but it was just a weird interaction. Like drug trade's a big thing, man. Like on the street.
Yeah,
well, and we live in Australia, Adelaide. You know,
dude, that's what Samantha said. She's like, you know,
it's pretty rife.
She that's what Samantha said. She's like, you know, that poor boy, like. You know, at the end of the day, he's just looking, like, as fucked as it sounds, he's looking to go and do drugs and get high and hang out. He's not looking to fight people, and they beat the fuck out of him, bro. He was fucked. His nose was fucked. And it's like, man, imagine America where you can carry guns, where you can get your hands on unregistered weapons. In Australia, that's very rare. To be able to get unregistered weapons, like, people know, man.
That's what I mean. How many altercations would be at drug meetings?
Oof, stabbings. They put a knife on him too, he said.
Yeah, because they want the money, man.
But they didn't obviously they didn't want to stab him, so they beat the fuck out of him.
And they don't want to give up to the drugs for the money. It happens all the time, man. It's fucked.
So yeah, that was my Saturday night. I was fucking rattling. I was like,
what the hell?
Ooh, but it was a lesson of like what the lesson I saw. I don't know why the kid kept looking at me too. He was buzzed out. He was like I don't know why, but he just looked disappointed in himself. He's like, no one told me. He's like, can you not ring? Like, because then his phone went flat, so he got the butcher guy to like text his mate, and then the butcher guy was like fucking like schooling him. He's like, mate, I've got kids your age. You better tell your parents, mate. I was like, fuck, this is full on.
Wow.
He's like, you tell your parents. He's like, man, they've got enough on their plate, man. Like, I fucked up again. He's like, they sent me here to get away from it all. I was like listening up.
So his parents lived in Melbourne.
He's from Melbourne.
Maybe he's fled
COVID
from
test.
COVID.
He's been here for 2 months and he's had 2 COVID tests. The cops went there. Yeah, the cops went there and they got his details and shit. And I was just like, fuck, man, like, poor kid, like, you know, all right, he bought drugs. Yeah, it's not great, but he still didn't deserve to have his fucking head caved in.
Yeah, that's pretty full on, man.
But yeah, it's just, you know, I hope he learns from it, man. Like, not good to put yourself in those places, those energies, and they follow you, man. It's not the city. People blame places. They want to blame. It's the thing, taking responsibility. I left Melbourne. It's fucked. No, dude. If you're choosing to live this, like, these are signs. You're not taking this for a sign. You could go to Canberra next week and get your fucking head kicked in there too. If you're not changing you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the where you are. It's about how you're acting, correct?
Yeah, and I saw that instantly. As soon as he said that, I was like, fuck, man, this bloke's left there to do this. And look where he is right now. He's sitting here. There's police. There's people like worried about him. He was very respectful. He's like, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for calling. Because he needed an ambulance, man. He was fucked. He was like getting lightheaded and shit because all the blood. It was all over his Nike white TNs. They were finished.
Fuck. Happens, man. It's funny, man, because you know what happens? We get so caught up in our own lives, we forget what other people are doing. Other people are buying, selling drugs. Yeah, other people are fending for their life daily. You know, we get so caught up in our own world of like, fuck, gotta go to work, gotta be work at 8:30, where there's a guy...
Mate, I was like, man, is the florist going to be closed?
Yeah, you're about the florist.
I wasn't stressed, but I was like, is the florist going to be fucking closed? Like, what's the point going Norwood? Like, and then, and this guy's nose is shattered in pieces. He's got to go to the hospital overnight.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Get surgery.
It's all perspective, man. It's all perspective. Everything's always perspective, man. Dude, I got just on a lighter note, I forgot about the other story, man. I feel like when I come on here, I've got women issues.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like how I never picked her up, or I went on that date.
A kind heart to listen to this.
Yeah, it's actually nice. It's actually nice. I tell all my women issues to the whole world.
Yeah.
Until no one else. It's pretty good. Pretty smart.
No, it's not a women that under control, bro.
No, it's not a women issue. But I went another level, man. I think I started telling you the story the other day. I went to another level at the gym. Remember the gym?
Yeah. You dabbled on it, and I said, "Fucking just tell me on the podcast because I want the whole world to know your problems."
Oh, so I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym on Wednesday, and they've got a new girl that runs the gym, like the admin girl.
Same girl.
And she's cute. And I saw her at the gym. She was training, and then she ran to the office. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to try and talk to her. So I looked behind me. I finished my set. I looked behind me. I'm done. Stretched out a little bit. Did the rolling foam. Like, I looked to my right, and there's a few people in her office. I'm like, fuck. I want to talk to her, but why am I going to the office to talk to her? So I made up this story in my mind. I made this story in my mind that...
We have to change this podcast to Nick's Casanova stories.
Yeah, Casanova. I'm like probably like the Greek tragedy. Anyways, I'm like, how do I change this? And I'm like, oh, how do I speak to her? I'm like, just make up a story that the money's not coming out of your account for the direct debit. I don't know why that came to my mind. So I'm like, all right.
Always going to go financial.
Yeah, because
smart.
Heartache. So guess what happened? I didn't tell you this bit. She's got a guy inside the counter, and there's a glass window that you see through. There was another guy waiting on the chair.
I just picture a little guy in glass going like, help me, get me out.
Anyways, there's a glass window, there's someone in there, there's someone in the waiting chair, and then there was me. And I walk over to the window, and she sees me, she goes, you want to talk to me through the window? I'm like, yeah, let's talk. She goes, come in. I'm like, come in. There was a guy sitting there, I'm like, do I say that the money's not coming out of my account? Look, what do I say in front of all these people? So she walks over to me, she's like, is everything okay? I look at the guy in the chair that's on the desk, I'm like, are you okay, dude? Like, I gave him those eyes, I'm like, what do I say back to him? I said, yeah.
You were in too deep.
Yeah, because the lie went, I was like, I just have some account issues. And she goes, okay, just 10 minutes. I'm like, oh. All right, I'll walk out.
Took a lot of strain off.
Yeah, I'll walk out. I'll go sit on the couch. I'm like, all right, 10 minutes. The next guy goes in, the other guy left. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. I'm looking around on my phone. And then I start playing this story. I'm like, look, tell her that the money's supposed to come out on Fridays, but it's been coming out on Tuesdays. Blah, 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 blah. So my chance comes.
That's not true.
No, it's not true at all.
So what days it come out?
It comes out Friday, every Friday. It's never had a fault. There's never been an issue with my account.
These guys are taking these survey back to like to the top of the thing. They're like, look, man, there was another guy the other day. You're fucking up this statistical data, bro.
I'm fucking up a gym membership requirement. Anyways,
yeah.
So I get into the office. She goes, so what's going on? I said, look, yeah. I said, there's been some issues on my account. I said, there's been some issues on my account.
Oh, fuck,
I just had to make conversation, and I wanted to, to be involved in her job. I'm like, there's some issues in your account, on my account. Been coming out on Friday. She goes, oh, let me just have a look. I said, coming out on Tuesday instead of Friday. She has a look. And I pulled out my phone. I'm like, oh, how long have you been here? So I started making small talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, just got here now. I've just started recently, last couple of weeks. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm here. And I saw a name on the desk, said Amy.
Dude, you can't tell her that.
No, it said something, whatever her name is. And I said, is that your name? She goes, nah, it's not my name. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, you're going to Google it and show me
then she goes,
Instagram.
and I'm on Twitter, she goes, Nick, there doesn't seem to be a problem on your account. And I go, no, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me check my cards. I pulled out my Commonwealth Bank app. I went to another level just to create conversation.
You turned into my cousin Phil.
And then I just started talking about like how you going, what's been going on. And we started having chat. She started laughing at my jokes. I'm like, all right, we're here.
Any good jokes you can read?
Yeah, the last joke, what I left with, my punchline at the end. Anyways, finished the conversation, we're laughing. She goes, yeah, these accounts happen sometimes. So then you start talking about the topic. Every joke's about the topic of why you're in the room. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I'm like, yeah, these Commonwealth Bank apps, sometimes they're like this. And you start making up bullshit. And then I punched it with the line. She goes, yeah, maybe, and I cut off. I go, you're trying to say, you know, maybe I should get my accounts right. Maybe I should organise my money better. And she started laughing. I'm like, got it. Left the room.
Never heard from us.
Nah.
Nuts.
And then that's it, man. I've broken the ice. It was my icebreaker. Do you know what I mean?
Now, when you
I built a whole relationship on a lie.
Like 1001, 1002. Hey, Amy. 1000. Are you gonna do that?
I think her name is Amy, dude.
Amy.
Anyways,
Amy's.
What happened now? I built the whole relationship on a lie. So it's good.
Yeah. So if you end up going somewhere, at least you know you built it all on false truths.
I ripped my gym membership. I ripped the Commonwealth Bank all in one transaction.
I know those fucking mental transactions you have. Like, it was my first week out with these customers this week, and I was like, sorry, mate. I was like, went to take the payment, it froze on me, and then like he's making bullshit lines. I'm going like doing those ones. He's like, yeah, technology. It's meant to help you, holds you back. I'm like, so true. Never heard that one. Heard it 17 times that fucking week, dude. You gotta play the game with her.
I know. You know when you're in those conversations, everything's running like Commonwealth. I wonder why it said it came out Tuesday. Some of these apps.
Internet banking.
Who needs it?
Yeah. Can't live without it. Can't live with it.
Yeah, and you do. You go to weird places, man. Sometimes.
Yeah, and you start laughing like a ventriloquist dummy. Like in front of your customers and shit, or your friends, like work colleagues. I mean, we've talked about this with work colleagues, but it works with other people too at the gym. So, like, mate, like, really, what you want to say is, oi, like, you know, the cables. You know, you go, hey, mate, the cables they're playing up a little bit. Like, I'm not sure what, and then you try and work it out to soften the blow. Yeah. Like, yeah, I reckon it could be that someone's pulled that little bit harder and now it's got a bit of, but instead of going that, you just want to go, bro, I paid $10 a fucking week here. Fix the fucking cables. That's what you want to say, right?
I know exactly what you're
saying.
saying.
Go, oi, dickhead.
Yeah, I know. Like, you want to go, you sometimes you just need to say the problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened?
Like, man, this thing's fucked.
Happened to me at the gym the other day. I've got headphones in, like blaring music. You know when guys try to talk to you at the gym while you're pumping weights? He's like, can I use this? And I've got fucking headphones in, champ.
Bro.
I don't know what's going on.
Bro, I signed up at Derrimut's at Windsor Gardens.
Yeah, what happened?
I think every second person in Adelaide on the eastern suburbs is dealing with this problem. We paid $2.98 for the year. $5.73 a week. It has everything you want. Sauna, boxing.
What the fuck, how do they make money?
But fucking beats me. But they bastardize and then they pump that many people there. Dude, I've seen more people at this gym in a week than I've seen this whole year.
As in inside the gym or people you know?
Inside. People I know. People I know.
Okay.
And on top, you have to do a COVID scan when you walk in. Because if there's an outbreak there, everyone's got to stay home. I said, half of Adelaide's going to be staying home if there's an outbreak at this gym.
Wow.
Bro, I'm not joking you. I almost feel rude because I'm like, hey, mate, I don't want to stop and chat with everyone. I won't even get to train.
At the gym, man.
I'm like, hey, mate. And then you're like, fuck, was that a bit rude? Like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. But why do people talk to you when you have headphones in? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's a bit silly.
And they're like, it sounds like they're whispering, like, I'm like,
yeah. And then you got to take it out, right? You got to take it out and like fall. And they're like, oh, sorry, mate. It's like, fuck, we'll say sorry now because it fell out. Should have said sorry before when you didn't realise it.
I don't like being disrupted at the gym.
Do you like training on your own or with a partner?
On my own.
I train with a partner, and then on the weekends he doesn't really come. So I go boxing Sunday, and then on Saturday and Friday night I go train.
It's like, do you read? Do you read with someone, or do you read by yourself?
Now, gym with someone's alright because sometimes you get competitive, you motivate. It's like, bro, we should put an extra 10 kilos on. What are you doing? You know, like that's good. I like that. Or, dude, you know what, man, you can do it. It's like, fuck, all right, but can you help me with the last two? Correct. So you break that barrier for your own muscle, chest, or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Because you know you've got someone. Whereas if on your own, you might be like, fuck, man, on my shoulder, you know, especially after last week's story. I'm like, fuck, man. But, dude, this gym, it's like that. Like, you like, hey, man, dude, I was seeing guys I haven't seen in 6 years that I worked with for 5 years, the first time ever again at this gym. Like, bro, the guy was a young kid when I met him now. I saw him at the gym, used to work with him. Dude, he looks a lot older. I was like, I buzzed out. I couldn't even train.
What, because of this guy?
He looks that much older, like that different.
What, he wigged you out that much? What, did you leave the gym? Did you just leave the gym? We just left the gym.
I just left almost. Nah.
Nah.
But you know what? You know what? It actually pushes me to do more functional stuff because I want to get the fuck out that weights room with every second person that I know and go into like do sleds and stuff. And I think everyone agrees it's literally like HQ 2016 in a gym.
Wow. Dude, what, just quickly, I was just thinking about coronavirus there at the gym. What's going on in Victoria, dude?
Not good, bro. It's actually sad. My cousin lives there. My cousin lives in Victoria.
It's pretty full on, man.
He's got to wear a mask out. We can get fined. Dude, a guy from Sydney came to Adelaide, went to the gym.
What gym?
Didn't do his 40. I don't know. Hopefully
this corona... You know the thing is, I'm speaking to a doctor.
Listen, dude,
yeah.
sorry, let me finish.
Yeah, go.
He trained. He was meant to be in a 14-day quarantine. He admitted it. $6,500 fine. Imagine that. Like, I peaked over a $400 speeding ticket.
I peak over like a $40 parking fine.
Yeah.
This guy's getting $6,000 for leaving his house. Yeah, mate. Sorry, mate. $6,500.
I had a heart attack the other day, by the way.
What happened?
I got a fine in the company car. It rocked up.
Company car, extra money, man.
Oh, I opened the email.
This country's built on
I was like this. $2,500. I could have fed.
Is that the biggest fine you've ever received in the mail?
Ever. I was like, I rang like 4 other people. I was like, dude. He's like, no, don't worry. You don't pay. You just got to take the points. Lucky I've got the points. Imagine you didn't have the points. It's either lose your license and lose your job, or pay $2,500. That's why you got to have a lot of points, man, when you're on the road.
Always make sure you got points. Did I think about the fine I got in from my second cousin sent me a photo message from Sydney. 2 years. I've lived in Sydney for about almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. 2 years now. Dude, 6 months ago, just before Corona, I get this text message.
I love how it's like post and pre-Corona now.
Yeah, everyone talks like
Jesus
that.
Christ,
yeah, like AD. Yeah.
BC,
BC. And then, wasn't it before Christ, after Christ? Was it after death?
After death of Christ.
Yeah, put AC.
No one likes AC Milan. Go
on. Dude, I get this text message. Nick Dorigo, Nick's $1,800 fine from the New South Wales government for not going to jury duty. I'm like, dude, I didn't even live in that state in that time.
Fuck, they fine you hard for
$1,800 jury duty. They wanted me to go. I didn't go to this court case.
You had to fly in every day for 3 nights. Like, yeah, guilty.
Have you ever been in a jury duty?
Never done it.
I've always wondered what it's like if it's like that movie. You know, when they're all like sweating in the fan and the fans are going off?
Like making a murderer. Like, there was one guy that
and then they just turn and then
there was one guy that had reasonable doubt. We all said to him, "You're wrong. You're wrong."
And then you know those movies where you hear just a clock in the middle of the room. Everyone's like that debate, and they're all looking at the guy that said not guilty. They're all looking at him.
So that,
what's your problem, man?
In the criminal justice system.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to be in a jury duty kind of scenario.
Dude,
on a murder case though,
how about that
like the Falconio case.
Ooh.
Like something intense.
Apparently there's a really good doco called Outcry on Showtime.
Yeah, what's it about?
About like an upcoming football, like NFL player that got done for pedophilia.
Wow.
It doesn't really go into the pedophilia stuff, which is good, but it's more about him like being wrongly done and all the, I don't know the fucking
wrongfully
details.
accused, yeah,
all this shit.
I reckon it'd be intense being on the big murder trials. Imagine being on a massive murder trial.
But what about OJ and all that?
Yeah, and on the jury.
Some of them would have mental health
issues. The Mendez brothers. How about the Mendez brothers? You know those two brothers that killed their parents?
No.
And they blamed it on... Look it up, man. The Mendez brothers.
The Gabriel Fernandez story. That was fucked.
Yeah, that's sad.
That wasn't... The jury didn't even have to do anything. The kid was fucking...
Yeah, it's sad.
You don't just get those injuries from fucking...
No, the Mendez brothers is about those two wealthy brothers from Beverly Hills. They're from a wealthy family. Their dad ran E Entertainment. He was up high up.
What?
Yeah, and they were tennis players. But their dad, they believed that... This is what they said. Their dad abused them. They came home one day, sawn off shotguns, blew both their parents away. Called 911, staged that the house been robbed. And the only way they started giving it away was their reaction to it, right? And what happened was, they spent $700,000 in 6 months. Like flying to Europe, buying cars, buying jewelry, and that's when they knew. Because their parents had a lot of money. And what happened was, it became a televised case.
You're saying like they weren't upset?
Yeah, like they didn't show the remorse. And the police, investigated. And what happened was, the case went to TV. You know those Americans do the TV case for OJ?
Yeah.
Dude, their defense lawyer blamed it on abuse. It got to a retrial. So they got away with it the first time. Then the retrial, new judge, he said no TV. They got done. Life, both of them.
So they didn't get abused.
Well, they did, but that's the case that they had at the time. But they killed their parents cold blood. Cold blood, like reading a book, like came in the room, like full on. That's what they said.
Those
Like,
documentaries
that's
are
what
good, but you can't watch them too much. You end up leaving the house like.
we're fascinated by murders.
Yeah,
man,
we talk about this a lot, don't we?
Yeah, I like those shows though.
Peter Falconio, the wife did it, the parents did it, they didn't do it. You're a fuckwit. Don't talk to me. Go the fuck out.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
You know, like people have a whole night on wine and cheese talking about these fucking things.
And now there's this big thing going around about human trafficking in the world now.
Hey, you ready for this? I haven't told you this yet. You know how Chris D'Elia got done for?
Yeah.
Guess what came out yesterday?
What?
Brian Callen.
No.
From The Fighter and the Kid, one of my favourite podcasts. I probably prefer that podcast to any other that I listen to.
What happened?
Man, he's being accused for rape. Like women his age, though. And he put a statement on Twitter, he goes, I will not be cancelled by this new cancel culture. I never did anything. I never, you know. He's like, yeah, if we're out having drinks, mucking around, but I've never, ever pushed myself onto anyone or forced it. Happened to Aziz Ansari, Louis C.K.
Wow.
Chris D'Elia got done for underage, so I think people just fucking ripped him.
Yeah,
but
he's gone under the radar now, though.
No, but he stopped his podcast.
Yeah, right.
He literally deleted everything.
Wow.
Like, he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But interesting because Brian and him are good friends.
Yeah. It's funny, man. It's funny, yeah.
But it's going to be interesting because The Fighter and the Kid, they're not just going to stop it because it's Brendan and him, and then it becomes Brendan's career is in jeopardy too, because if they stop The Fighter and the Kid, what does Brendan do? Does he get rid of it?
Well, I don't think they will. I think it'll just. Yeah.
I think he's going to try and like just fucking state his case and be like, no, man, like I'm not. You know, without evidence, I'm not just. This is the thing in Hollywood at the moment. Even without evidence, people want to pull you down and cancel you. Like even Ellen. Everyone's saying she's a cunt, terrible to work for. But without evidence, they're just stories.
They reckon that's a cover up for her. She's been doing some crazy shit. That's why apparently that's the way the
but do we have evidence?
The studio's getting out of it. I'm not sure.
Do we have evidence? Like even with Brian, Chris D'Elia, where's the evidence? Like Chris D'Elia may be right, he may be fucked.
But where's the evidence that he slept with these people? Like a text message is different. Someone can hack your computer. There's so many outs.
And even with the Chris D'Elia ones, I'm in no way am I backing this.
No, of course. I'm not backing any of them.
I'm not backing any of these people.
Just as
all I'm saying is, just as a neutral, how do we let's say we're on the jury, how do we judge this guy?
That's what I mean.
I could be wrong, it could be true, I could not be wrong. I'm happy to listen to the people accusing him. I'm here to listen, right? But if the emails and stuff have been Photoshop, we've seen deep fakes of people
all the time,
their face on there.
All the time.
So are these things photo? We don't know, man.
I saw some fake Justin Bieber. You know how like this human trafficking thing.
Yeah, he got done for stuff.
And like there was this video where he goes, they said rub your face if kids are being kidnapped, and he went like this on his face, and like it's all you don't know what it is, man.
You don't know what to believe.
The internet's a big sensation. So I don't know, man. It's
a lot of hype, a lot of stuff. But yeah, man, Brian, man, like I love the guy, and obviously, thankfully, he didn't get done for anything like physically, like evidence or anything. But because he's fighting back, he goes, nah, man. He goes, these situations are just word of mouth bullshit. Like I don't know, and then like you almost feel bad trying to back someone like that. But at the same time, it is innocent till proven guilty, and you need some kind of evidence for this man. This is the thing. You can't just go cancelling people because he's friends with Chris D'Elia.
Yeah. Well,
what you do is not me. What I do is not you. Correct. How does that work?
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. But you know what, man? They're going through it's the entertainment industry is going through a big switch up, man. Massive.
Yeah, you would not want to be part of that right now, hey.
Not in the top echelons. I don't know what's happening. There's a big
this pizza guy, I don't understand this shit.
There's all these conspiracies. But
I love pizza.
There's just a big shift going on up in the top echelons in the sense of like the hierarchy and how it all works. Should we get a
conspiracy theorist on?
Who?
A conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
My mate's big on conspiracies.
Oh, my mate's massive, man. My mate Sammy.
Should we get him on?
Yeah, I reckon that's
not that we agree with it, but just something cool.
Sammy's brilliant, man. He'll buzz you out.
Because can I be honest? I don't believe in all of this Bill Gates shit. You can hammer me whatever. I don't really. I'm like, well, I can't.
Hasn't Donald Trump selling off TikTok? He's American. They're selling TikTok off the American arm. You know that?
China.
No. They're selling it to America. Like they're part.
He wants to ban it.
Microsoft's buying it.
He wants to ban it.
Yeah, Microsoft's buying one of the arms.
So he's going to ban it.
Yeah,
because it's owned by a private person. Or?
No. He's going to ban it because it's owned by China. But if someone buys it or something, I don't know how it's
Even
working.
that now, what apps and shit, we're going to worry about what
Well,
country. We're becoming more segregated.
Donald
bro.
Trump's trying to bring it all back up, like very strict to America, man. This is his philosophy from the beginning. Everything back home, make America great, make America great. He's finding, that's why coronavirus, it's all, who knows, man.
Race for that vaccine, these blokes. But
Well, I was speaking to a doctor the other day, that's why I was talking about corona. And he was saying, a vaccine comes out, 1 or 2 strains possibly could stop. There potentially could be 5 to 6.
Hang on, well, we've got vaccines for the flu. I still get the flu, you still get the flu.
Of course, and this is what I mean. And there's going to have to be a stage where we end up living with corona.
Powering through.
This is what we have to come to,
Fuck, man. Look, the world's it's funny though. We speak about it all the time how America's choices, even with Corona, with fucking everything, influence our lives. Like even Brian Callen, I listen to the guy every day in the car, and then I feel like I don't even know the bloke, but I feel for him.
Yeah.
I feel for him. It's like fuck, but it's all linked, isn't it? With how like we adapt to that culture and we bring it upon us to The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, fucking Paul Pippen, oh fuck this, whatever. It's like what the fuck, but we don't really worry about our own shit either. Like even for me, like when Chris D'Elia at the start, I was like fuck man, like I liked his pod, I thought he was an entertaining guy, but then you hear this shit, you're like fuck that man, what a piece of shit, But then I was like, it's a text message, like you could fake one of me,
correct,
doing something fucked.
Well,
like, I'm not like I said, I'm not saying if he's done it. Fucking mate, go to jail. He deserves it if he's done it, but you don't know if it's real.
What's he done? What's he done as well? So that's another thing. You don't know.
I looked through them, and a lot of them maybe I missed it, but the ones I saw, it didn't have like I'm 16 and he went, oh, I didn't give a fuck. Like there was none of that.
Right.
That's why I was buzzing out. I was like, but what's he actually getting done for? Like he could have hit a chick up and then found out he's done and got rid of it. I don't know. Well, there's a problem with Instagram too, hitting up women on Instagram. What are you doing, man? You're famous. Don't do that. Face value, man.
Stay out of that stuff.
Yeah, like you're putting yourself in the wrong position too.
Yeah, and this is where people have to take responsibility, man. With power comes responsibility.
He did. He said that too. He goes, even with women, like, he goes, I did throw down my power and shit, like just,
And then there's nothing wrong with that, but when you cross the line and intimidate people or force people into compromise, that's not good.
Which is really weird because Brian Callen always used to say like anyone who's mean to someone at the comedy store or like people coming up, and my openers are always treated with respect, and they all love him. Like his openers are like 23-year-old guys, and they love him, man.
Yeah.
Like he looks after me. And he's had multiple relationships with like good-looking women too, and like they're still friends. And you think if his energy was negative like that, he would not have those kind of good relationships with those people, like people inferior to him career-wise, and like women that he's had relationships with. You'd think that would follow him, but it never has. And even people have said like he's always so nice, he's super. He hangs around Stallone and like all these other dudes, and everyone like likes it. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, but it's part of the culture at the moment. It's part of the movement that's happening. And movement, I mean by what they're trying to minimize, maximize. It's what's going on at the moment. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just what people in Hollywood want at the moment. That's why all this human trafficking stuff's coming out too. It's all linked. It's all it's an interlinking. So who knows?
Human trafficking is fucking scary, man.
Yeah, I heard rumor that's why someone said to me that 80% of children that go missing in the world are from America, and that the reasons, this is a conspiracy theory, but the reason why Donald Trump wanted to build the wall in Mexico was to stop human trafficking.
Oh, see, this is what I mean.
This is what we need a conspiracy
theorist. What about
theorist
Canada then?
What? Yeah, well, no, apparently Mexico, they apparently someone told me there's 32,000 bodies buried in the Mexican border underneath.
Yeah, well, that also, what about when they just spray them when they're trying to come over?
See, yeah, it's not
just leave them there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need a proper conspiracy.
We're not into this stuff, guys. We're just spitballing and we're just chatting about it because it's it's in the world, and people like Brian or whatever we listen to or whatever. Right. We just listen to it. It's interesting. Like I said, man, if you're fucking guilty of this stuff, mate, I don't condone it. Go straight to fucking prison. Like, you're a piece of shit. But at the same time, man, I think no one should just be cancelled without any kind of evidence. You need evidence. And correct me if I'm wrong with the D'Elia stuff. I could be fucking wrong. There could be shit out there that's saying he's done, which is fine. At the end of the day, if he's done it. But you can't, people just crucify people now. Just over, like, me and you start a rumor about someone, and then everyone in the whole world don't fucking delete your social media. We can just start it. Like, we could just be fucking dogs.
There needs to be evidence.
Yeah, man. Like, where do you draw the line?
Yep, I agree, man.
Anyway, we'll wrap it on that bit of a dark note.
That's good.
We'll see.
Google it, man. I think people should become aware of what's going on as well.
Don't go down rabbit holes.
Nah,
Conspiracy theories.
Not conspiracy, but just be aware of like, what everyone's talking about.
You know what, as well, you can consume your life with something that actually doesn't affect you day to day. You can get up, you got a house, you're blessed. You don't want to be getting up in the morning going, fuck Bill Gates. Because that's what I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's what I feel for conspiracy people that get caught up in this stuff, because sometimes it's like, fuck, bro, like, only worry about what you control. If you smile at people and you give them love and you're happy,
you only see that,
and you treat your family well and stuff, that's all you need to worry about, man. Like, Bill Gates ain't gonna come to your house and inject you with a thing. Like, don't let's not worry about this shit. Yeah, like, fuck. Anyway,
see you, dudes.
See you, dudes.